Hi there, welcome to another edition of Witchfinder's Gaming Vault, and today I'm moving away from the 8-bit world for the first time in a long time to play a PS1 game. It's Inspector Gadget, Gadget's Crazy Maze, obviously based on the cartoon character from the 80s. So let's take a look at the fact file for this game. So Inspector Gadget's Crazy Maze was released in 2001. It's a European release, or at least that's what I'm looking at. Published by Ubisoft and developed by Vision Media Engineering and Light and Shadow Productions. The price I paid for this, I've got no idea. I don't even know where it came from. I suspect I got it off somebody at a retro gaming show, maybe for a couple of quid. Possibly they gave it me for free. I certainly wouldn't have paid more than a couple of pounds for it. But the going rate for it on eBay, you can get a used copy for about £5, or if you want a brand new factory sealed copy, there's a few that have gone on eBay recently for £20 each. So Inspector Gadget, Gadget's Crazy Maze. We'll take a look at it in a minute. I'm not sure how interested anyone was in Inspector Gadget in 2001, but somebody made a game about him anyway, so let's check it out. Let's start by having a look at the packaging in closer detail then. As you can see, it's a typical PlayStation packaging with all the usual branding on. You've got Inspector Gadget there on the left with some kind of gadget coming out the back of him, and also the logo there, Inspector Gadget, with the inspector himself upside down, which is what happened at the beginning of the TV show, if I recall. There's also a random sort of fist there that's not attached to him, like a yellow glove with a big hammer, and it says Gadget's Crazy Maze on it. That's very thrown together in a desktop publishing packaging kind of look. Yeah, not particularly good. And yeah, there's the spine, typical PlayStation spine. Let's have a look at the back. Got the Inspector Gadget logo again. Got some screenshots. You can see it's some kind of maze game or puzzle game, something like that. There's various locations on there. There's his dog. Can't remember his name of his dog. There's him with his helicopter gadget. And it says, Inspector Gadget's most puzzling mission so far. Play with a friend in teams or alone as Gadget and stop Dr. Claw from world domination. Team up with Penny, Brain and others from the popular TV series. Oh yeah, Brain's the name of the dog, I remember now. And it says use wacky gadgets including the propeller hat and roller skates to dissolve mind crystals. Go go Gadget and defeat the evil Dr. Claw. And then it says all the same stuff again in Italian, French and Spanish. So here's the instruction booklet, same graphics on the front of it as on the front of the packaging, as you'd expect. It's quite thick, it's got the instructions in multiple languages. Inside we've got contents page with a reuse of that helicopter gadget graphics there, and usual sort of PlayStation instructions, I suppose you'd say, how to set up and how to use the controller and things like that. It goes on to tell you about the different game modes. So you've got training, single player, cooperative multiplayer and multiplayer match, and that supports up to 8 players, I believe, based on what it says on the back with regards to the multi-tap. Not something I can recreate in this review of it, but yeah, there you go. There then goes on to tell you a bit more about the options, what you'll see on the pause menu, saving and loading from memory cards, and then goes on to tell you about the mission. What else have we got? Points that you'll be awarded for various things. We'll get into all this when the game loads, of course. And yeah, all the different characters you can play as, I guess, including a clown and a cat. Looks like they were running out of ideas once they got past the first 4. They've got just random stuff. Oh, this is probably enemies, is it? I don't know, or maybe you can play as them in the multiplayer mode. I can't be bothered to read all these instructions, but it goes on with more stuff, things you can pick up, power-ups and things like that, triggers, keys, and then technical support, and then presumably it just goes through the same thing in lots of other languages. So yeah, there's the instructions. We'll get into how to play it when I've loaded the game up, so let's load the game up. Right then, so the game's loading up and we get a number of splash screens as it loads up, and this one in particular amused me, that's coming up in a moment. The Incredible World of Dick. Childishly, that amused me. Obviously it's DIC, which I think is the company that produced Inspector Gadget. Then you get the splash screen for the developers, Light and Shadow Production, publishers Ubisoft, and eventually the game will load. Here we go. As you can see, it says Inspector Gadget. There's that image again of him with the helicopter. It almost seems like they just licensed 2 images, which was the logo and the image of him with the helicopter gadget coming out of his head. So yeah, press start and load up the actual title screen or menu screen. No, firstly we've got to go choose a language. And finally, here we go. And the first thing you'll notice is it doesn't say anywhere Gadget's Crazy Maze, it just says Inspector Gadget in game. So we've got a few options on the title screen, and one of which is options. So let's have a look at those. You can play easy, normal or hard. We'll just stick with easy. Vibration, volume, stereo. Why would you not want it in stereo? I don't know. Scores. So there's a high score table for single player, and there's also a high score table for cooperative. They're just the default scores. I'm not going to save those to the memory card. And you've got the credits, which we'll just skip past, and you can also load a game from the memory card, which I'm not going to do because I haven't got one currently. So that's it. So let's get on and start the game. So we've got the options of training mode, single player, cooperative, multiplayer and multiplayer match. I'm just going to play single player. Don't think I need the training mode. And then you get a nice little bit of video of some gems being loaded into something and scattered around with some robotic arms. They're mind control gems or something along those lines. I did read the instructions, but I've already forgotten. So we're starting off in City World, and there's Inspector Gadget and Penny and his dog Brain looking at some tyre tracks. I don't really know why, but they are. And here we go. So this is the first stage, and the idea of the game is basically, I guess you'd call it's a maze kind of game, or a sort of 2D moving around game. There's not actually much of a maze, so I don't really know why it's called Crazy Maze. But the idea of the game is to stop Mr. Claw or Dr. Claw from taking over the world by these mind control gems, and to stop him you've got to line them up, and then they turn into coins, and you collect the coins and get some points. There's some enemies around which can be mostly avoided, at least in these early stages. He's in a suburban neighbourhood, it seems like, based on the house there. So yeah, it's basically a kind of a match 3 puzzle game with some enemies, I suppose. So let's do some stuff. So obviously you can see there's, I can say there's 4 in a row there, and I think I've just blown the level now because, oh no, I can move that one up there, I guess. I've got the key, so open that door. So I'm gonna have to push this one. My intention was to take the 4 at the bottom there and line them up together, but I've messed that up because I've left one behind. So I'm gonna have to push this one all the way up to the top to line it up with the 3 that we've already got up the top there somehow. This could be challenging. I actually think I'm just going to restart because it's going to be easier and quicker just to line them up properly. So yeah, go to the options menu, you can restart. Let's give it another go. Right, let's try that again. So yeah, to clear the level you've got to get rid of all the gems. Avoid the enemies and yeah, just progress to the next level, I suppose. This is what I intended to do first time around. There we go. When you get more than 3, then any more than the 3, they're not bronze coins, they're silver or gold or whatever, so they give you more points. Yeah, so what you've got here as well is a sort of Joker gem, I suppose. It will basically fill a line for any of them, so you can do that there and get the 4 again. As you can see, one of them, oh, the controls are very twitchy, and what that happens is that you end up pushing the gems into places where you can't then line them up with the other gems. So yeah, I've messed this up again now because I can't get the 3 gems in a row, so I'm gonna have to restart and do it again. So I'm back roughly at the point where I messed it up last time around. I'm going to try not to mess it up this time. So yeah, you just have to be careful not to push the gems against a object that you then can't get around them to move them back from, like the wall of this house or the edge of the screen, for example. And the controls are a little bit twitchy, in as much as you can push stuff when you don't mean to quite easily. So there's a lot of baddies at the bottom there. I've got power up here, I think, so I'm just going to use it on this guy. Ooh. There we go. You can see you can knock the guys out, temporarily stun them. You can't actually kill anyone on the screen. If you run into an enemy, then it's an instant game over, which, if you can see my lives in the corner, has actually occurred once when I was trying to play the level again. So there you go, finally completed the first level. That I made that much more of a meal of that than I meant to. Got 48 points. Back to a little cutscene, which is exactly the same as the first one, with the gems being thrown into this machine and dispatched somewhere. Let's skip that, shall we, and get on to level 2, which is Market Square. So this is much bigger than the first level, but the aim is exactly the same. You've got to line up the gems in various places, and there's definitely some puzzling elements to some of these. For example, this one here, if you were to push this gem along right next to this one, then you would immediately fail because you can't complete the line of 3. Oh, and I've just done it by mistake. Oh god, so annoying. Let's go again. Not played on a PS1 for a very long time, and the D-pad is very, very twitchy. So let's try that again, the way I meant to this time. So actually the best way to do this is to push this one up and then push this one along the side of it. Nope, not there. Oh, now I've pushed that dustbin in the way of that door. I can only imagine that's going to cause me problems as well. Maybe I can destroy the dustbin. Nope. No, I've messed it up again. Okay, let's try again, and I'll try not to move that dustbin in front of the door this time. There we go. That's a more promising start. Move that dustbin way over there just in case I accidentally push it in front of the door while I'm moving other things around. So as you can see, this is a much larger level than the first one. Lots of things to move around, so let's do this one next. This bit looks fairly easy, doesn't it? So let's talk graphics and sound while I'm doing this. Yeah, I mean, they're not really pushing the PS1 to its limits, are they? Very simplistic graphics and sound. 2D, there's obviously some 3D in terms of the pre-rendered 3D sprites, I guess, but it's a very 2D looking game generally speaking, and the sound is just a kind of slow rendition of the Inspector Gadget tune in the background and some generic sort of music as well. It's not very impressive, so let's get those. As you can see, when you get 4 you get a silver coin. What else have we got here? So let's just hit this guy, pop him on the head. There's a blue gem here that needs lining up with the 3 at the top, sorry, the 2 at the top there. Control was vibrating, and I don't know if that's because I'm close to an enemy or not, I'm not entirely sure. So what else have we got? There's nothing up there, so I guess we can use this rainbow gem, I'm going to call it rainbow gems from now on, to fill the gap here. Some sound effects as well. You collect the coins, classic coin collecting sound effects, I suppose you would say. So the couple of doors need opening to get the last lot of gems. Press X, by the way, to open doors, and you also press X to activate any power up you've got, which I'm about to do to make sure I don't get hit by this guy. There we go. So this one here, you've just got to move them all up to the top, but you've got to be careful not to push the 2 together at the bottom, otherwise they'll get stuck and you can't get to the top one to move it down. Oops, almost went the wrong way there. So I think I'm nearly done. I've just got the 3 on the right, sorry, the left to do. Getting mixed up between left and right. So I need a key to do that. So get the key there. It's kind of a jazzy, bouncy version of the Inspector Gadget theme going on in the background at the moment. Okay, so that guy's come out, which makes it handy because I can now just dash in and get these ones. Again, similar thing here. If I was to push this one here along and line it up with this one, I then wouldn't be able to push this one up to line it up with this blue one. So just do that first, and then there we go, collect those 3, and that should be the level completed. No, apparently not. I've missed something somewhere, it would appear. Interesting. What have I missed? Oh, there's another set up here. Well, they're quite easy to get once I get in there, aren't they? Okay, let's just get this hammer. Whack this guy. Ooh, no. Once you whack them, you can just walk past them, by the way, or walk through them. There we go. Completely missed those in the top left, but there we go. That's that level completed. Now got 108 points. And we move on to the next level. And once again, we get this cutscene. It looks like they paid for one cutscene, which is just one image of Dr. Claw with his cat and then some generic machine with these gems. Looks like it happens between every stage. And we move on to the next stage, which is Park Street. Again, it's all very generic and quite dull. And so far I've not really got much use out of the gadgets either. So what I'm going to do is play on and see if it gets any better. I think you've probably already seen enough of this game, but I'll play on and see if I can get to any different stages. Perhaps after a few stages it moves on to a different kind of world, so things will get more exciting, because at the moment they're not really exciting at all. So I'm a few levels further in now, and this one presents an interesting challenge because there's not many diamonds or jewels to collect or line up in this level, but it's a really big level with a really short time limit. You've got to get around it with these roller skate power-ups, which are really difficult to control. Yeah, so you've got to kind of move around this massive area and try and line up the things without running out of time, but yeah, it's really hard to control yourself. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Okay, there's not too many to do. That's the first time I managed to get around the level without running into an enemy or running out of time. So let's move on to the next level and see what happens. Oh, a new cutscene at least. So Brain and Penny have been captured. Really badly animated Inspector Gadget. They're trying to make him look 2D, but it's kind of 3D rendering there, I think. Okay, so I've now got to free my friends. So this is new to me. I don't know what's going to happen here. Is this some kind of end of level boss, perhaps? We'll soon find out. No, it looks like it's still just a normal kind of line up the puzzle items thing. Okay, so we've got a mixture of different kind of puzzles here. So we've got like, oh my, okay. I'm going to leave that bit there for now. I feel like I might play this a few times through. Oh, I can't. Can I get around the back of there? Oh, I can. Okay, that's put me back where I started. So I've got to solve this somehow. So it's quite difficult to work out how to solve this. I can't see any easy way to solve this problem. As soon as I push one of these, I'm just going to end up blocking some of them off, surely. Okay, so that didn't help, and nope, now I'm just stuck. Well, that's interesting. I'll have a wander around and see if there's any other things I can work out before I restart the level, which I think I'm going to have to do. Okay, well, that's easy enough to solve, but that doesn't help me in the slightest. Oh, there's loads of them all over the place. I'm a bit baffled here. Clearly I need to get through this lot here to make any progress further into the level, but well, I absolutely spectacularly failed to work out that puzzle, so let's start again, see if I can work it out with a replay. Oh, okay, well, if I push this up I can then push that out and then push that there, and probably going to need some of these rainbow ones to solve all of these, but there we go. It's a bit more progress than last time at least. Yeah, okay, so added problem is trying to get past these guys now, who are suddenly a bit more of a challenge. They have got a kick, by the way. I don't know if that really works against them. Let's not even try now. Okay, so let's take this back. here, and I mean that would get rid of those ones, I suppose. So just play it by ear a little bit and see what happens, I guess. It's definitely got more challenging in the last, well, since the last round. So there are absolutely dozens of these gems to get rid of now, and I'm just hoping that I'll end up with a mechanism to actually get to the point where I've got none left, basically, to complete the level. But clearly you've got to get rid of all of them to complete the level and save your friends, I guess. I'm probably should have read the instructions a bit more closely, I suspect, at this point, but we'll see what happens. Now, I've seen these red guys before. These come along and they beat you up and you lose a life and you're dead. So I think I've got one life left. Yeah, and I've got to restart the whole level now. Those guys are lethal. They really do just... I mean, I assume if I've got the right power up, then I can beat them up. But yeah, there's not many of those power ups around. The hammer's the only one that lets you beat up any enemies. Like I say, you can kick, but I don't really think it really does anything. Let's try and kick this guy. And yeah, I'm in a fight, and I think I'm dead there again. So, yeah, and there we go. I'm absolutely dead. And slightly different animation. The cat's really creepy looking. Look at his face. And I'm guessing Brain and Penny are dead now as well. Yeah, they've been turned into... The mind control gems have turned them into mindless zombies, and wow, that's really sinister for what's based on a kid's cartoon. I will reload that last level and give it another go, I guess. I got my name in the high score table with 93 points. Wow. That's from having a couple of restarts, because I definitely had more than 93 when I was playing it earlier, but yeah, I had to restart at one point from a saved point. So there we go. I'm not sure I really want to play it again. I'm going to give that last level another try and see if I can get any further, but it's not looking good. Okay, so I've restarted the game and I'm trying to do it again, obviously. I have just noticed I've been able to pick up a hammer power up, so that'll help when that pink character comes chasing after me, hopefully. This bit here, I just can't get my head around how to get through this without pushing things together that are going to end up causing me problems later on, but let's see how we get on. Restarting the game has given me 5 lives, so that's good. I can, at least I've got that to help me out. Okay, so yeah, I'll carry on playing through and see how I get on. I'm not really that confident that I'm going to get very much further in this game. It's suddenly got quite hard, and the big problem with it is it's basically a puzzle game, but you've got these enemies walking around that can kill you, and if they kill you, you don't just lose a life, but you have to restart the whole thing, which is intensely annoying for a puzzle game. So yeah, that's not very good game design in my opinion. What else have we got here? Let's see. Definitely got to use some of these rainbow gems here to clear some of this mess up over this side. That much is obvious. Which ones to use, I don't really know. I'm just kind of guessing, really. Nearly done, I suppose. Push that down there. How am I going to get... I've got this problem. Oh no, maybe not. Ah, okay. Pushing that one across there's helped me a lot, because now I can line up those 3 red ones. So I just need one more. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to need more of these rainbow ones, but let's see how we get on. Let's move that over there. Actually, I've got an idea here now. An idea is coming together, although yeah, I'm not sure it's going to work. But the problem is these rainbow ones are on the sides now, which makes things a bit tricky. But let's give it a go. Get rid of these green ones at least. And of course, much like on the other side, I can push these over to the side here, which might help.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that one to join these blue ones together. Wow, yeah, it really does get challenging very quickly. It was pretty easy up to this point. There's one level that I didn't show that I was struggling with a little bit because of those pink guys, but generally speaking it's been fairly easy up to this point, and then it suddenly gets really difficult. It's not just like one or two little puzzles to solve, but like you've got to do things like this and join different sets of gems together. I've got this random red one here. I don't know what I'm going to join that to at the moment. Yeah, it really does get quite tricky. All these lot here, all these yellow and green ones, you imagine there's a way to maneuver everything around to line those up, but yeah, it's not easy. Let's try this. Obviously it gets easier the more you get rid of. Yeah, okay, I can see a plan's emerging here. Go away, you. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, actually that didn't turn out too badly. The time limit's ticking down quite quickly though. I think you get a bit more time each time you complete a line. Oh, this guy's coming now. Oh, and he's got me. Oh, that's so annoying because I'm dead now. I've got to start the whole thing again. And I had the hammer power up, but I couldn't get him in time. And I've got to start the whole thing again. That's so annoying. Right, so here I am again, but what I've managed to do this time, oh, I thought I had, was trap this guy in that area with the garbage can, but it turns out I didn't, and he's after me again. So I need to quickly get in a position where I can whack him again, and I've got him again, but now he's just out in the open. So what I really want to do is tempt him back and work out how to trap him in this area so that he doesn't get me anymore. And yeah, I'm not sure how to do that. Now I've looked at it again, so I'm just gonna have to be careful and hope that I can at least, yeah, here he comes again. So let's see if I can trap him in this area with a gem for the short term, just to stop him getting at me. So he's going to come down again here. I'm going to whack him with the hammer again, and then my plan is to go and get one of these gems and just stick that in the way so that he can't come after me so quickly. Can I get it? There we go. Right, so he's stuck in there now, so at least now I can. Oh no, he's come round again. I thought he was stuck. Oh, what an annoying guy this is. There we go. So that didn't work in the slightest. Oh, I wonder if we go at the top here, wait for him to come after me again, and get him stuck up the top behind this thing. Yeah, this might work. It might work, it might not. I've got to wait for him to come after me again. Here he comes. Okay. So my plan now is to stick a gem or the trash can in one side. Time is of the essence here. Yeah, do that there. No, that's not going to work because I'm going to get the gem stuck. Oh, he's after me again. He's going to be after me again. I think I can make this work. Come on. Oh no, I've got no hammer left. No, he's gonna get me. Oh yeah, this is okay. Oh dear, this is hard. Okay, so here's my master plan for trapping this pink guy. So I'm gonna put him behind the house, put this pink gem, the rainbow gem, sorry, one side, and the trash can the other side, and now he's stuck at the top hopefully, so he can't come and get me, and that gives me a lot more leeway to try and finish the level. That's my plan anyway. We'll see if it works. Oh, I've got no. Oh, it's got no time left now. I'm going to run out of time. Oh, I don't believe it. this just gets way too hard. It goes from being a reasonably straightforward game to be really difficult in the space of like one level, and I'm getting a little bit frustrated with it now. I've still got 3 lives left. I'm not sure I care enough to carry on playing it, to be perfectly honest. I will give it one more try and see if I can get any further with it. I'll set up the trap for the pink guy for when he comes along, but yeah, this is just getting a little bit too tedious to be bothered with now. I have worked out a lot quicker ways to get rid of the gems in this section while I've been doing all this nonsense though, so that's something I suppose, but not much in all honesty. Right then, so I'm on my last life, and this will be my last chance at trying to do this game and get any further. I've got the pink guy trapped at the top in a different area now. I've still got loads of gems to get rid of. I've got some green ones here that I need a third one to link with, which I haven't quite worked out how to sort out yet, but we'll get back to that. I have got some of the rainbow gems left lying around, so I might be able to use those. In fact, I'll probably start pushing these down towards the area where I've still got a few gems left. I've still got hammer with a couple of usages left as well, so I might be able to make use of that. In fact, yeah, look, I can bring this gem here. Got to be careful, as always, not to run into any of these other guys. But if I move that green one, there's a lot of these guys walking around now, so I've got to be careful. I've still got a minute and a half left of time as well, so bit of time left to do this, but not a lot. But yeah, I can definitely use this green one here. Okay, that's that bit sorted. What next? Get those 3. It's very tense. Very tense indeed at the moment. Just got to try not to run into any of these guys who aren't too dangerous. They just kind of wander around randomly. But if I die this time around, then I'm giving up. Not sure what I've got left. I've got a minute left. Oh no, I should have used that red one. Let's just use that. Got to be careful, because I think you need to use up all the diamond ones as well, all the rainbow diamonds. So what have I actually got left to do? I mean, can I just pick up this key and rescue the guys? I wonder. Maybe. Nope, seemingly not. Must have to get rid of all the gems first. So I've got 50 seconds left. It's going to be tight. But I've just got these ones to get rid of, I think. So I just need to be very careful about where I do this, because there's 3 left. There's 4 left, but I've got to get them all in one go. And I've only got 30 seconds to do it. So I've got to move this down here. I'm going to run out of time, I'm sure of it. Then if I move this one here. Oh god, this is so tense now. 10 seconds. This will give me a bit more time when I do these. Yeah, I've got 10 seconds to get over to the other side of the screen. I'm not going to make it. Oh god. No, I'm going to run out of time. Oh, that's so annoying. Which doesn't actually lose me my last life, but there's no way I'm playing through all that again. Or does it? No, it restarts the level, but no way am I doing all that again. It's taken ages to get to that point. So forget it, that's enough for this game. I'm just going to kill myself off. See that depressing game over screen again, because that is just too damn hard. Considering it's only the end of the first sort of world and I'm on easy level, it's just insanely difficult, and it's too early in the game for it to be that hard. So that'll do me. And what do I think about the game? Well, I mean, it's not very good, is it? I think if it had been like a Game Boy game where you're using a proper D-pad and it was sort of a proper maze layout and the graphics are on a Game Boy, like a Game Boy Advance, then it wouldn't be too bad a game to sort of pick up and play and move around with. But for a PlayStation 1 game, it's really poor. It's not really pushing the limits of the system in any way, shape or form. It's barely using the Inspector Gadget license. There is some levels which I didn't unfortunately record, where you can use the helicopter to move around into areas where you can't otherwise get to, so I guess that's pretty good in terms of representing Inspector Gadget. But overall it's a pretty poor game graphically, and the gameplay just gets too hard too quickly, and the fact that when you lose a life you have to go back and restart the level is really frustrating. When your time runs out, that's fair enough, I suppose, you just get to say your life again, but losing a life and then having to restart the whole level on a level that's so big as the one you've just been seeing is just too annoying. So yeah, not a fan of the game. It's going to be one for the to sell pile, I think. Doesn't really use the Gadget license in any sensible way either. It just seems like it was some kind of generic sort of match 3 / soccer band style game, which they put the Inspector Gadget license onto because they had nothing better to do with it. So there you go, not a fan of this one. If you've got any thoughts about the game, if you've played it, then let me know in the video comments. But that'll be all for me on this one, and we'll find out now what game I'm going to play the next with the random draw, of course.
Well, that was an annoying game, and it's definitely going on the to sell pile. So now it's time to pick a game for next time around on Witchfinder's Gaming Vault. Go Gadget random selection. And what will we pull out of the tin for next time around? It is Rabbit Pie. That's another Commodore 64 game, so I'm going back to the 8-bits. Rabbit Pie comes out of the tin, and I'll be playing that next time around. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time when I'll be playing Rabbit Pie.